I've lived in Dominican Republic for 5 years now. And what I've noticed is a lot of Americans think they understand why people move abroad. They think it's for the cheaper rent, the lower taxes, the weather, the beaches, palm trees. And yes, all those things are nice. But after living here for 5 years, I'm gonna tell you, those things there, they don't change your life. The biggest changes that you'll see, you can't put them in a thumbnail. The way you think, the way you view time, the way you view family, the way you define success, and the way you experience your everyday life. And that leads me to believe that a lot of Americans don't fully understand what people are truly and really searching for when they leave America. Let's start with the biggest one, time. We all know Americans are obsessed with saving time, myself included. But most people never stop to ask themselves, what are they saving time for? Faster internet, faster food, faster delivery, faster transportation, faster everything. Yet everybody's still busy, they're still stressed, and it's ironic, they're still saying they don't have enough time. And one of the biggest things that changed with me after moving here, it wasn't my schedule, it's been my relationship with time. You know, in the US, you always feel like you're constantly racing invisible deadlines. And even when I wasn't working, my mind was thinking, planning, stressing. But when you move here, your life tends to slow down a little bit. And not because people don't work here, because they do. A lot of people work here. But it's because life here isn't structured around constant urgency. I don't think Americans realize how exhausted they are until they actually slow down. The next thing I don't think Americans understand is community. I think Americans nowadays underestimate community. In the US, it's very possible to live next door to somebody for 10 years and not even know their first name. Think about that. Same neighborhood, same street, 10 years, and you're basically strangers. But here, you'll see that people are connected here. Not perfect, not always, but they're connected. You see people talking all the time, gathering in groups, people show up, family come by unannounced, you know your neighbors. All the relationships here for me feel visible. And after a while, you start to realize something. Human beings are not meant to live completely isolated lives. Yet, that's exactly how many people are living in the US. And the next one might upset some people. A lot of Americans confuse being busy with being successful. I know, because I used to do the same thing. HR, recruiting for 25 years. Constantly moving, constantly producing, constantly chasing. And from the outside, it looked really productive. But the question nobody's asking themselves is, are you enjoying the life? Because there's a difference between having money and having freedom. Because there's a difference between making a living and having a life. And living here has helped me realize that having freedom is not about doing nothing. It's about having control over how you spend your time. And that's a different conversation. Another thing that changed here was my perspective on family. Family operates different here. You don't schedule family time here 3 weeks in advance. It's not squeezed in between your appointments. It's woven into everyday life here. And one thing that I watched with my daughter over the years here is that she's become deeply connected to both sides of her identity. American, Dominican, bilingual, culturally aware, and that's something that I couldn't fully appreciate or even have thought of before we moved here. I think a lot of Americans are so focused on career advancement that they don't fully realize what they're sacrificing in that process. Time with family, shared experiences, just being present. And those things they're hard to get back later. And here's the biggest one, and I talk about it all the time. Americans think that when people move abroad that they're escaping something. And sometimes that's true, but for the most part, people are searching for something. They're searching for simplicity, peace, time, balance, and that's a different type of success. I didn't move here because I hated the United States. I moved here because I wanted a different life, and that's a huge distinction. But what I realized is that the internet loves extremes. Either America is perfect or it's terrible. And for me, reality is much more nuanced than that. For me, the lifestyle was easier for me to create here. And that's the truth. And that's one thing Americans will not and can't fully understand. Because people are not always chasing more. Sometimes people are just chasing different. You know, one of the hardest things about moving abroad is trying to explain to people who have never experienced it. Because the benefits of living abroad doesn't show up on a spreadsheet. You can't calculate it. Feeling less rushed, feeling more present, feeling more connected, feeling like your life belongs to you once again. Those type of things are hard to measure, but when you experience them, they're very powerful. The longer I live abroad, the more I understand that the conversation was never about the geography. It was about priorities and how you wanted to spend your time and who you wanted to spend your time with and what kind of life are you trying to build. And I think that's what people are questioning nowadays. Not because they're lazy, not because they're unrealistic, but because they're asking another question. Is there a different way that I can live? Is there something else out there possible? And that same question ended up bringing me here. So comment below and let me know which one of these you think Americans misunderstand the most. Time, community, family, freedom, or priorities. I genuinely want to hear your thoughts because I think it's much bigger than moving abroad. It's about how you choose to live. So guys, if you're interested in moving to Dominican Republic and you want to know how much it's going to cost for you to move, I created what I call the DR Cost of Living Calculator. It helps you plan out and budget what it's going to look like on a monthly basis once you move here. Also, if you're looking to invest in real estate, go to our website, drinvestandlive.com. Check out the properties we got available, or you can click the link in the video description that says, I want to invest in real estate, to connect with us. Also, I have 2 weekly newsletters. Guys, you want to sign up for both? Live Your Best Life newsletter and DR Insiders Real Estate newsletter. Links in the video description below. So guys, until then, keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.